Good morning, seventh grade math. It's Thursday, October 29th, 2020. Now we're going to divide rational numbers. Tuesday and Wednesday, we multiplied rational numbers. So when you divide or multiply, the rules are the same. Same sign, always positive. Different signs, always negative. So we're just trying to kind of hammer that home to you. So are the rational numbers 12 over negative 4, negative 12 over 4, and negative parentheses 12 over 4 equivalent? Well, what do you think? So I'm going to use my calculator. I'm going to use my graphing calculator. We're going to find out. So 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. Negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. And for this guy, negative parentheses 12 divided by 4, again, negative 3. So yeah, they're all the same. What did you notice about each quotient? They were all negative 3. So the rational numbers are equivalent. Explain how the placement of the negative sign in the rational number affects the sign of the quotients. Well, if one number is negative, then the quotient will be negative. So E, if P and Q are rational numbers, and Q is not 0, what do you know about negative P over Q, negative P over positive Q, positive P? So I know they're going to be the same. They will all be equivalent. I like those big $10 words. Equivalent. So now they want us to do this on our own. Write two equivalent quotients for each expression. Okay. Negative 14 over 7. Negative 14 divided by 7. Wow, that's pretty tough, huh? For this one, negative 32 divided by negative 8. How about this? 32 divided by 8. Or 32 divided by 8. Both negative. Okay. So, quotients of rational numbers. Over 5 months, Carlos wrote 5 checks for the total of $323.75 to pay for his cable TV service. His cable bill is the same each month. What was the change in Carlos' bank account each month when he had to pay for cable? So 323.75 divided by 5. So he had to pay $64.75 each month for cable TV. Okay. So we have 2.8 divided by negative 4. 2.8 divided by negative 4. So just think of this as being 28. Just think of this as being 28. 28 divided by 4 is going to be 7. In this case, it's going to be negative 0.7. Okay? Negative 6 and 64 divided by negative 0 and 4/10. Well, we're going to do this. Negative 6.64 divided by negative 0.4. So when I divide with decimals, I have to make this a whole number. And when I do that, I have to move this over here. Okay? So here's my decimal point. I've got 4 into 6, which go once, with 2 left over. Bring the 6 down. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down the 4. And 16.6. 6 times 4 is 24. We're done. So 16.6. And now I have negative 5.5 divided by 0.5. So I've got 0.5 here, negative 5.5 here. So I'm going to move the decimal point to the right one place. So 5 will go into 55 11 times. 11. And that's going to be a negative 11. Okay, now I notice some of you, when you get to a word problem, I see X's going through them. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. So, out comes the handy dandy highlighter. A diver descended 42 and 56/100 feet in 11.2 minutes. 42.56 divided by 11.2. So we're going to turn this into a division problem. 11.2, 42.56. Move the decimal point to the right one place. So 112. So 112, 224, 336. So it'll go 3 times. 336. 15 minus 6 is 9. 11 minus 3 is 8. Bring down the 6. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit. 896 divided by 112. 8. Okay. I would have chosen that, 8. So the diver went down an average of 3.8 feet per minute. Okay. Let's go on to the next page. Complex fractions. So we call this complex fractions. We have A over B divided by C over D. And it's really A over B divided by C over D. Okay? So, example 2. Find 7 over 10 divided by negative 1 over 5. So your first step, determine the sign of the quotient. What's it going to be? Well, it's going to be negative because one of the fractions are negative. Write the complex fraction as division. So 7 over 10 divided by negative 1 over 5. Step 3, rewrite using multiplication. 7 over 10 times negative 5 over 1. So then I'm going to look at both diagonal, the denominator and the numerator here. I can factor out a 5. I'm going to do that before I start. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 7 times 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. And that's going to be a negative. Negative 7 over 2, or 3.5. Maya wants to divide a 3/4 pound box of trail mix into small bags. Each bag will hold 1/12 pound of trail mix. How many bags of trail mix can Maya fill? So, same thing we just did. Okay, so 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 12 equals 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 12. We're going to flip the divisor. So I have 3 over 4 times 12 over 1. Now again, it's much easier just to do it like this. Factor out a 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9 over 1. So Maya can fill 9 bags of trail mix. So we're going to do 7, 8, and 9 on a piece of scratch paper here. 7, negative 5 over 8 divided by negative 6 over 7. 8, negative 5 over 12 divided by 2 over 3. And 9, negative 4 over 5 divided by 1 over 2. So let's start with number 7. Negative 5 over 8 divided by negative 6 over 7. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to figure out that the quotient is going to be positive. Now we're going to flip the divisor. Negative 5 over 8 times negative 7 over 6. Now if you notice, there's nothing I can do here. So I can't factor anything out. So just multiply straight across. 5 times 7 is 35. 8 times 6 is 48. Let me see if they have a common factor. 3 and 5 is 8, so 3 won't be a factor. Nope. That's in a simple form. So 35 over 48. Okay. Number 8. Negative 5 over 12 divided by 2 over 3. So I know my quotient is going to be a negative. So I'm going to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. 5 over 12 times 3 over 2. And I can factor out the 3, which gives me 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So now I have 5 times 1, which is 5. 4 times 2, which is 8. And I know it's going to be negative. So negative 5 over 8. So now we'll get on to 9. Negative 4 over 5 divided by 1 over 2. So I know my quotient will be negative because one fraction is negative, the other one's positive. So now I'm going to rewrite it. Negative 4 over 5 times 2 over 1. And again, there's nothing I can do here. So I just multiply straight across. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 1 is 5. So I have 8 over 5. And it's going to be negative. So today's word of the day, code word, achieves. 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 I'm going to upload this video now, and then I'll upload the next video in a few moments.